Jay, congratulations on an impressive performance, one that certainly didn't come easy, of course. You knew Kelvin was a tough guy, so talk to me about how you're feeling right now after a win like that.
Any win is good, man. I feel good after that win. Took a little bit of damage, but I'm not broken, so I can go home and hug my kids and be able to play with them come Monday and stuff like that. So I'm happy.
Nice. Like I said, I know you had a lot of respect for Kelvin coming in. You knew what you were facing. You did say you had to shy away from the leg kicks. Anything else that you had to change that played out differently than you were expecting coming in?
I knew his jab was pretty long and I don't want to say hard to read, but I guess I'll say hard to read. And he caught me with a couple of jabs. Inside of my lip is pretty mangled. He got my eye. He threw those overhand lefts were pretty hard, even though I blocked most of them for the most part. I got some welting on my forehead. I feel like Quark from Star Trek. But I'm happy, man. I got the win. Thank goodness for that. I got that W, and 2 checks, man.
Yeah, no doubt. You dropped him, obviously, a couple times, man. I mean, you hurt him. I know you said, hey, I know this guy's tough, but mentally, is that difficult to hit a guy that hard, see him go down, and the guy pops right back up?
No. Mentally, people get really excited, but I kept my composure. When I saw him hit the ground and I saw him getting back up, he seemed like he had, he knew where he was. He may have been a little bit wobbly, in which I was trying to capitalize on, but, he was smart. He kept his feet moving and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. It would have been nice to get that finish, though.
Yeah.
Especially early on without going through all that fire.
I think the decision was pretty clear, but, I mean, was there any concern at all? I mean, we know judges do weird things sometimes in MMA, so did you feel like, hey, we've got this in the bag, or was there still a little bit of tension waiting for the scores?
I could say there's always that tension when there's a decision, but I knew I won that decision. I knew I had at least the last 3 rounds. After I knocked him down, I felt I took the momentum and I maintained it for the most part. So not necessarily any concern, no.
Nice. I know you said the title shot's what you want, and this one wasn't a fight that you really wanted, right? But you accepted it because it was all that was there. Would you accept something down the rankings again? Are there any names? You said, if it's the right name, is the right name only those ones at the top, or are there other names that might make sense for you?
It's either title or contender. It was supposed to be Costa, but that didn't happen. I really needed to fight. So I don't think Izzy and Robert are going to fight until next year. So that's what, 4, 5, 6 months even? And then another 3, 4 months after that. I can't wait that long. So who knows? We may end up taking the fight.
Is Costa the only name that would make sense to you, or?
A contender. So if they give me a name, you win, you get the shot, okay. Easy.
I guess lastly for me, how soon would you like to get something booked? Like you said, you can't wait that long. When would you like to fight again?
I would say the end of the year, beginning of, 2021, 2022? So, 3, 4 months from now, I'd like to get back in there.
Yeah, just hypothetically, would something like Darren or Derek, the winner of that fight, would that make sense? Would they be high enough?
Is that a contenders fight?
I think it is, no?
Then, yeah.
Cool. You said you knew in advance that Kelvin would be able to take some of your hard shots. Was that helpful then to make you not over-rush and try and find the finish? Were you able to be composed the whole way through because you knew that in advance?
I'm always composed, So, no. The fight could have gone any way, It's all about keeping your composure, staying focused, and getting the job done. And that's what I did. I stayed focused. I kept my composure. I didn't go, kill. And then end up running to a shot or something like that, because Kevin was still alive. He was still awake. He was still able to throw shots. And he throws some high shots in there, So it was easy to keep my composure. Me personally, it's easy for me to keep my composure anyway, They can start busting in here. I'm going to keep my composure. it's going to be like an action movie in my head. Oh, get cover. Where's the nearest exit? Where's the bad guys? Can I take them out? No, get out of here. You know, stuff like that.
Cool. You mentioned about his jab. I'm curious, is Kelvin one of those guys where his movement is kind of unique, so you sort of need to take a round to get used to his feints and his head movement and his footwork?
Everybody's unique, you know. Everybody has their own little thing. Kelvin for sure. You know, he's a shorter, stockier build, so he was very efficient in getting into range to throw his shots. But I was efficient in keeping my feet moving. My coach were efficient in keeping my feet moving, and I wasn't there to catch a lot of those shots. So, you know, I was prepared to hit him, and you know, him maybe not go away. You know, you can't knock them all out. You know, even though I know I have the ability to. But, you know, fights go the way fights go. You know, you can't really predict the fight. That's why I don't like calling fights. Everybody asks me, who do you think is going to win? I'm like, I don't know. It's a fight. So I wish people would quit asking me that, to be honest.
Congratulations on a great performance.
Thank you.